What's going on, guys? Matt Wacek here, coming at you with a brand new video, and today I wanted to discuss the topic of utilizing credit to either leverage the growth of your business or maybe even just start it up from scratch. So there are several different options out there, and I want to weigh this out and more specifically discuss it in the sense of an online business, and even more specific to that is a local affiliate SEO marketing business where we build a site, rank it, and do all of that. If you don't know what that is, I'll put a link up above or down below in the description where I have a video that explains the entire business model, because an online business is a little bit different than most offline businesses in terms of your startup expenses and your growth expenses. So anyways, I want to answer a couple questions because these are questions that I wish I knew 1, 2, 3, 5 years ago, where there really wasn't a whole lot of access to these answers, especially for someone that is doing this business model, because there's a lot of things that you want to know before signing that you want to get this credit card or get this loan or whatever. So I want to answer a couple questions regarding should you do it? Should you leverage credit? What are some of the better options for it? And this is, again, I'm not a credit expert. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a financial advisor, accountant, lawyer, any of that. This is just my opinion on what I have done and what my experience has been. And hopefully it will be of value to you in your business endeavors. So let's hop into my computer and break all this down. Let's get the first question out of the way immediately, and that is, should you utilize credit to fund your business? And it really comes down to two different ways that you would use credit. Number one would be the startup of the business, and number two would be the growth of the business. So startup, the answer is going to be a little bit different than growth. So if you're someone who is maybe working a job, you get 50, 60,000 a year salary coming in, or your hourly or whatever it is, and you have the money coming in consistently, then you could totally utilize credit, because maybe you have to buy an educational product that you don't want to pay for the whole $1,000 or $500 out of pocket immediately, or you have to buy the software and buy the specific tools to get the business started. You totally could utilize credit to get started with, like a credit card. Maybe you want to use a credit card because you can get the reward kickbacks like airline miles and hotel stays and all the other good stuff that comes along with utilizing credit cards. And you want to get that back on those $1,000 purchases or $500 purchases, $250 purchases for software or whatever it may be. So that's totally viable if you have that steady income. Or maybe let's say you are someone like me who utilizes clients to fund your local affiliate SEO business, where you build websites for clients, do SEO on those websites, sell paid traffic management services, or any whole host of just online services that you can do from home. Same thing if you're working on Legit or Fiverr or Upwork or any of those freelancing sites where you do some type of work for somebody and you get paid to do it right there from your house. So then you have the steady income coming in, so there really isn't a huge problem there. But if you're someone has zero income coming in, then the best option is probably to not really utilize credit. It's just to focus on income at that point. Utilize credit when you have some income coming in. Now, on the growth side of things, the answer is a definite yes, because of the fact that you already have the revenue and the profit coming in, or if you have the job and you're just still funding the growth, you have the income coming in to ensure that that loan or that credit is going to be able to be paid back on time. So it makes for a great option to utilize that, whether you want to purchase an existing asset that's already generating money. So maybe going and buying someone else's site that they built and they ranked and they scaled, and you essentially purchase it to take ownership of it and then earn back an ROI over several months. Or you want to just go and fund the growth of just building a bunch more sites, buying all the domains, the hosting, the software needed to build out the sites, the content, and paying someone to do all the work, or whatever it is that you specifically have the need for. You don't maybe want to use all the cash that you have on hand. So that is where credit comes in, and it works amazing to utilize that, because then you can just pay it back over time depending on the lender. So let's look into some options for acquiring credit to fund the growth of your business. So number one is utilizing a bank loan. And I'm just going to say throw this out the window right now, because unless you have some type of collateral to put down for it, or you have a really crazy descriptive business plan, which you're still going to need a track record to be able to convince them to want to fund your business idea that you have. So it's a waste of time, in my opinion. Just get to work instead. Just get to work on a job, getting clients or whatever it is to be able to fund the business, and then have a track record to get other types of credit, or maybe even revisit the bank loan for a business loan in the future. But my thoughts are that there are better options out there. So the next option would be a credit card, or using multiple credit cards. And this can be great because some of these have extremely high limits, or maybe even no limits with some American Express cards, which means that the sky is the limit. However, it is absolutely crucial to be paying off those balances every single month, or at least keeping the balance below a certain specific percentage to pay, depending on the card and whose information you're utilizing when it comes to the balance and that sort of stuff. There's a lot of good resources online to learn that stuff with. but you want to make sure that you're doing that in order to not damage your credit, because if you don't, your credit can be just destroyed in a very short time span. So now the downfall with some credit cards is that you don't have the flexible payment options that you would with one of these other lenders here that I'm going to cover. So the other thing is that the interest can be absolutely sky high on some of the balances if they're carried over from month to month. I mean, you're talking 20, 30%. So a very high interest rate. However, here's one of the best things, in my opinion, about any type of credit card out there, specifically some of the business ones and even non-business ones as well, with American Express, Chase, and some of the other ones out there. Now, one of the best things are the amazing kickbacks or rewards that you can get on certain cards, such as points that you can redeem for airline miles, buy airline tickets, so you basically fly somewhere for free. You can get hotel stays for free, or cash back, or gift cards to Amazon and that sort of stuff, or whatever you want to do. And you can accumulate serious amounts of points with certain business expenses. For example, I believe that it is the Amex Gold. If you spend $150,000 a year on online advertising expenses that qualify under their terms that they require with American Express, you can earn back, I believe it was up to about $6,000 worth of airline tickets. So that's huge, because if you're advertising a business online, chances are you're going to be making some money. So essentially $6,000 worth of free airline tickets, which is awesome. So those are really, really cool. However, the downfalls with the credit cards, making sure you're making the payments on time, and you could be also getting stuck with some high interest rates as well. Now, the next option is utilizing a PayPal working capital loan. And this is something that's relatively new from PayPal, but I've used a few times now, and I've had an amazing experience with it, and it has some awesome flexibility that is really in your favor as a business owner. So this is something, in my opinion, that is really beginner friendly if you have the sales history with PayPal. So if you're selling services to clients and you're sending invoices through PayPal, that will work. If you sell services on Legit or on Fiverr and you have money coming into PayPal, this will also help you with getting a loan here. This is separate from utilizing PayPal credit or PayPal's credit card, but what I like about doing working capital is that there's really only one fee that you have to pay, and that is just a fee that's applied onto the loan that you are getting. So this is based on the amount of the loan, your repayment percentage that you select, which is anywhere between, I believe, 5 up to 30% of your sales that they just take out of every single sale that comes in to pay back the loan. And also your business sales history with PayPal. You can get a loan of up to 35% of your annual sales with PayPal. So the coolest thing also about this, though, is that once you're approved, the balance is added to your PayPal account, usually within minutes, which is huge. For a credit card, it could take you like 2 weeks for it to arrive. For a bank loan, who knows? I've actually never gotten a business bank loan, so I don't even know how long that takes. Probably quite a while, because you have all the things you have to jump through, all the hoops and whole long mess there. But here's where you have another bonus that comes with a PayPal working capital loan. If you're using the PayPal business debit card, it is a 1% cashback card. Plus, there are other rewards available out there that they will offer from time to time. So again, I know it's not huge, 1%, but it's still another kickback that you can get, similar to like a credit card. Obviously not as high as some of those ones, but every little bit helps. So that's a really good tool to leverage, is using the PayPal debit card for your business transaction. So that's another big plus with utilizing working capital, is to be able to get that cash back on those purchases that you make for your business expenses. The next cool thing about the PayPal working capital loan is that they don't do a credit check. There's no hard inquiry, there's no soft inquiry, there's nothing at all with your credit. It's just strictly based off your previous sales with PayPal, and obviously you got to have a good relationship with them, otherwise they're not going to offer you this, or if they offer it and you have a bad relationship with them, they're going to disapprove or not approve it. So the other cool thing about this is that there's no required monthly payment like you would have for a bank or a credit card. So as long as you're generating sales, which you must repay, I believe it's about 5 or 10% every 90 days of the loan balance to make sure that it stays in good standing. And this is a huge plus, because that's once every 3 months you'd have to make a payment. And you cannot do that with a credit card, or probably not ever with a bank loan either. Because if you did this with a credit card, you're going to get slammed with interest charges. And with a PayPal working capital loan, it's not a big deal, because it's not going to be dinging your credit. And like I mentioned before, the loan is repaid by taking a chunk of your sales until the loan is paid off. So how this would work is, let's say you send out an invoice to an affiliate network for $1,000, and let's say you're doing the 10% repayment. And what happens is that, of course, the transaction fee will come out, which is at 3% or 3.5%, it varies. Then let's say that leaves you with $970 of that $1,000. So if it is a 10% repayment rate, PayPal is just going to pull $97 from that and apply that to the balance of your PayPal working capital loan. And that same thing occurs with the revenue that comes into your PayPal account. Now, you do have options to be able to make a payment manually if you so choose. If you maybe are at that 90-day mark and you haven't had sales come in or anything like that for whatever reason, then you can do a manual payment as well. Here's where utilizing a PayPal working capital loan can really work in your advantage doing local affiliate SEO, because again, you have that 90-day mark. I'm not saying wait 90 days to make a payment. Of course, you want to start paying these things back as soon as you can, but you can go out there and buy a site, an existing one that's already generating revenue, or you can build some sites and pay for all the hosting, the domain name, the software to build out the sites, and start buying links to get the site ranked. As long as you follow the right steps with doing your SEO, your sites will start generating you revenue in a good, timely manner to start getting that loan paid back. And then you can just continue growing it from there. So depending on your exact situation, credit cards could work really, really well as long as you have some good, steady income coming in. PayPal working capital is great as well because of the fact that you have the payment options and the flexibility with making payments, and they just draw an amount of your sales and pay it back automatically. So both of them, in my opinion, are great options to utilize the funding and the growth of your business. So if you have the ability to do so, combining both of these into your arsenal of tools to overall just make it a more simple process to leverage the business growth without having to utilize all of your cash if you don't necessarily want to do that. So if you got this far into the video, I'd appreciate if you went down below, dropped a like on this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on utilizing credit to leverage the growth of your business. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you want to just leverage it on credit cards or whatever, just let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to go down below, join the ever-growing family, and hit that subscribe button and smash the bell for notifications so you know when all the newest content comes live here on my channel. And if you want to get access to guided step-by-step training to learn how to build websites, rank them in the organic search results, and monetize them with local affiliate offers, there are links right down below in the description to both of our courses where you can get access to guided step-by-step training and a whole lot more. So with all of that said, I will see you guys in the next video.